and hopefully that we'll have more dancing to do, and eating and drinking, and less of speeches, comrades. You are all welcomed to this gathering this evening. Thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much. I like the part that I'm going to drink. Because the president, where's the president? The president emphasized the issue of drinking, and I agree with him. You can't drink 6 liters of water per day without being thirsty. I've learned, comrades, that if you drink too much water, you're also washing away sodium in your body. So that's why the president was talking about the opposite of the other thing in the body. Comrades, my name is Mcebisi Mngonyo. I'm the program director, and I'm not alone. I'm with Natasha Skippers. At this point in time, I'm called Natasha. Nastash.
Good evening, everybody. As introduced, I'm Natasha Skippers. I am the Regional Secretary of Sadtu Coastal Region. And as we're celebrating this evening, my mind went, wow! Because they know that's what we do when we celebrate, right? But as an intro for celebrations, I want everybody to just quickly turn to the person to your right. If there's someone seated there. All right. If you don't have anyone to your right, to the one opposite, just say, good evening. You look exquisite. And there we go. There we have it. Right, so with the hall looking as beautiful as it is this evening, and with all the comrades looking so exquisite this afternoon or this morning, throughout the day, all this could not have been accomplished without our sponsors. So I'm going to call on a few of our sponsors. They are just going to give us warm greetings. So that you know who's the money bags behind the celebrations. Okay, so first up we have Shutter and Shooter, and then after Shutter and Shooter we'll shoot right to Metropolitan, and then thereafter Sanlam will then also come up. So we'll do the first 3 sponsors, so it's Shutter and Shooter, and then we'll shoot over to Metropolitan, and then we'll lum over there at Sanlam. All right. So Shutter and Shooter in the house? Or Shooter and Shooter. Oh, sorry. Shooter and Shooter, not Shutter and Shooter. Shooter and Shooter. Okay, so Shooter and Shooter is not in the house. So let's get over to Metropolitan. Can we give them a round of applause?
Hello. Good evening, everybody. I like the intro. Thank you, DJ. Okay, I'm very tall, so I won't be able to. Good evening. My name is Portia Hammond. I don't know about the money bag, but yeah, we are from Metropolitan. I think Sadtu and Metropolitan has come a long way. And we do obviously appreciate the relationship. We appreciate being here tonight. And yeah, may it continue for many, many more years. Thank you, Sadtu, for having us.
Is Sanlam in the house? Yes. Oh, there we go, Sanlam.
I'm more tall.
You're more taller than me. Right. And now?
Yeah. I think I'm fine. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. My name is Kabogazi. Surname is Mechile. And I'm a sales manager at Sanlam. And yeah, for me as well, this is to say thank you to Sadtu for this invitation. And we appreciate partnering with you. And we wish that this partnership should continue and work together like we've been working together for the past years. And yeah, thank you very much.
Just put it like this. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm so sorry, Mke. I'm kind of short for that over there. I don't think my heels will accommodate the box that was here earlier. So I think I'm fine with holding the mic in my hand. So if you ever get yourself into trouble as an educator, you know you always have your full-time shop stewards and they will be there to assist you. But we brought along Legal Wise and the beautiful bags that you have, that is our Legal Wise sponsorship for this council, for the PGC. So we're going to welcome Legal Wise. Is Legal Wise around?
Program directors, thank you so much. The leadership of the Western Cape in all the regions and the local areas, comrades, good evening. Amandla. Viva Sadtu, viva. So unfortunately, not like my other colleagues, we are new to this as Legal Wise. So this is one of those virgin moments for us. So we're really excited to be here and to be part of this wonderful occasion. And I think we've initiated this relationship, and we want to really say thank you for the warm welcome that we've received at Sadtu. Even in some other regions that we have already started working with, in the other areas within the Western Cape, we've received such a warm welcome, and we really hope that even in the other regions that we are still going to go and start those relationships with, we are going to receive a warm welcome. We're looking forward to really build this relationship to be a strong relationship, so that you can also, I keep hearing people saying, I've been having this policy, this Legal Wise policy for a long time. Let's refresh what is it that you can do. You may find that there's a lot of value that you've been missing out in terms of what you can get from Legal Wise. Please invite us to your various environments. I am here today. I really welcome an opportunity to also have a chat with quite a number of people in this place. We really just want to say, may you have a wonderful evening and a wonderful conference as well. Thank you so much.
We are going to put our hands together and welcome Old Mutual. If they are in the house, is Old Mutual here? Can we please put our hands together for Old Mutual?
Good evening, comrades. Thank you very much for the warm introduction and the unnecessary music. My name's Lucian Govender, and I form part of the Old Mutual Western Cape senior leadership team. I think obviously it's an honor to be partnering with Sadtu for so many years, and we see this partnership going on forever and ever and ever. But I think most importantly, on behalf of Old Mutual, we just do want to say thank you to the Sadtu leadership, the Sadtu staff, and the impact that you all play in the communities we serve, and making sure that the kids today has got the education they need to change South Africa. We want to support you in their journey. We're very passionate about what happens in the youth, especially around education. And we do know that no one can do it alone. It does take a village to raise a kid, and we want to play their part to be that support for you. Thank you very much.
At this time we call on NHB. Is the NHB around? All right, it seems as though NHB is not in the hall at the moment. I see Karu is very excited that NHB is on the program, but okay, we'll give them an opportunity when they arrive a little later. Okay. But at this point, we are going to call on one of the partners to Sadtu Western Cape. I know that the project runs in various schools in the province. And if you listen to Comrade Shays all the time, you would know who I am referring to, because there's not a meeting that passes where she never speaks about the project and the work that they do. So for those who do not know, I am speaking about Triangle. And at this time, I'm going to welcome the speakers from Triangle. Can we please put our hands together?
The DJ is doing the things, eh? Too much. Good evening, esteemed educators and fellow advocates. My name is Juliana Davids. Can you hear me? Yes. All right, can you hear me? There you go. So I'm Juliana Davids. I'm from Triangle Project. I'm the manager of the Community Engagement and Empowerment Program at the organization. So tonight I stand before you. I was asked to come and deliver a message of encouragement. I don't know, but here I am. So I'm here because I'm a black queer feminist. But also as someone who grew up in the rural Western Cape in a small town called Ashton, shaped by the landscapes and communities that hold the essence of this nation's heart. Our shared commitment to education brings us together. And it is this commitment that drives us to face the realities of our classrooms and communities with courage and conviction. Education is at its core an inherently political act. It is the bridge between the past and the future, a tool for empowerment and a platform for justice. When we speak of integrating SOGESC, you've heard the term, Cheryl, I'm sure, tomorrow, which refers to sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, and sex characteristics, into our education system, we're engaging in a profoundly political act. We are challenging the status quo, advocating for the rights of all individuals and paving the way for more inclusive, affirming and equitable society. So growing up in a rural town, I experienced firsthand the power of education to transform lives. But I also witnessed the gaps, the silences and the exclusions that persist in our educational narratives. For too long, the stories of queer individuals particularly those of black and rural backgrounds, have been marginalized and erased. Our schools must be sanctuaries of safety and acceptance, where every child, learner, regardless of their SOJS, can see themselves reflected in the curriculum and feel valued in their identity. As educators, you are the architects of that transformation. Your role is not just to impart knowledge, but to cultivate an environment where critical thinking, empathy, and justice flourish. By integrating SOJS into education, we are not only addressing the immediate needs of our students or our learners, but also shaping a generation that understands the importance of diversity and the strength that comes from embracing our differences. The challenges are significant in our country. With a history as complex and painful as ours, we cannot ignore the intersections of race, of class, and geography in our approach to education. Rural communities like the one I come from often face additional hurdles, limited resources, as you all know, traditional societal norms, and a lack of representation. But it is precisely in these spaces every child deserves to feel seen, heard, and respected. So this integration of SOJS is not about imposing ideologies. It is about recognizing and affirming the diverse realities of our learners. It is about ensuring that a young queer child in the rural village feels the same sense of belonging and potential as their peers. It is about dismantling the prejudices that leads to bullying, discrimination, and violence, and replacing them with understanding, respect, and love. Our task is not easy, but it's essential. We must engage, as you know, with our parents, communities, policymakers, fostering dialogue and collaboration. The challenges are significant in our country. I lost my train of thought here. All right, so in this journey, we draw strength from our shared history of resistance and resilience. The struggle for a just and inclusive and affirming education system is a continuation of the broader struggle for human rights and dignity. We stand at a crucial crossroad in our efforts to improve the education system. There's no doubt that we have a great deal of work ahead of us. Our goals are ambitious, and the road to achieving them is long. However, it is essential to also recognize and celebrate the remarkable contributions of those who have already made significant stride in this journey. Sadtu has been incredible in doing this part to create inclusiveness and affirming schools under the leadership of the provincial gender convener, Cheryl Hendricks. Sadtu Cheryl has taken concrete steps to ensure that our schools are places where every learner feels valued and respected. I'm not only talking about learners, I'm also talking about educators. Her dedication to fostering an inclusive education environment sets a powerful example for all of us. And therefore, as educators, as South Africans, we know that true liberation is only possible when everyone is free to be themselves. So let us move forward with determination and hope. Let us commit to creating classrooms that are not just places of learning, but spaces of liberation. Let us ensure that every student, regardless of their SOJS, knows that they are not alone, that they are valued, and that they have a future filled with possibility. Together, we can transform education. Together, we can build a South Africa where every child has the opportunity to thrive. Together, we can make the political personal and the personal powerful. Amandla. Awesome. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think our sponsors were so good to us. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you to the PEC and everybody else for holding us here today. It's a celebration. As we celebrate, I'm worried about what is on the table because I can see it's sort of being finished before we start. because we thought at some stage we're going to have a toast. But what are we going to toast with? Ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to do now, the first part, sort of, we are done with it. We are going to eat because we've been busy the whole day. So we are asked by the chef that what is supposed to happen. We're going to start with this table, the reserved one here, this one, and that one. And then we come to you, Comrade Chua, and so we go, comrades. That's a request. I'm sure there's something that they've arranged for us, but I don't see the chef. But the time is for that. The time now is 7:45. At 8:15, we should all be finished and back to the tables. Even though we couldn't have a table first going there, we sit down, follow this one and that one and that one. Can we have the chef? No, can we get him now? Yeah. In the absence of the chef, because we're celebrating, once again, a round of applause for NHB. NHB has also contributed comrades to the other side. They cannot hear. Can you hear me now? Hello, Coastal. That's my rich. Can you hear? We can't deprive you. Can you hear me, Coastal? I must make sure that Coastal is served properly. Amanda, Coastal. Comrades, with that being said, comrades, calling upon the Education Convener Committee to explain to us and say exactly what is the purpose. Ingrid.
Thank you, Comrade. Okay. Comrades, tonight, it is our inaugural branch awards ceremony. In last year, we did some reflection and we looked at what are the challenges that we are facing as a union to grow. And ultimately, it came down to our branches not being active. But what do you do with branches that are active? How do you encourage them then to improve what making us the union of choice? And with that said, the PEC of December 2023 made a decision that we will have an award ceremony at the PGC. And therefore, a decision that we will run this award ceremony every second year. So we will hold this award ceremony at the PGCs and at the provincial conference that is coming in 2026. So branches that are not getting awards will be acknowledged. And so what is the purpose then in terms of why we are doing this tonight? And the purpose is we have 37 branches in the province. That gives us 14,000 members. However, tonight, comrades, 13 awards will be given, which is about just over 10% of the province being acknowledged for work done. So the would be that we want to recognize and branches that have worked and contributed to us reaching the 14,000 members. To encourage and inspire other branches who are not getting awards tonight, but that you may go back to your structures and you may go and build at schools. And then further, we hope that this will serve as encouragement. You may then, in 2026, be proud recipients of the Pride of the Union Awards. And with that said, comrades, I hand you over of our awards. Thank you, comrades.
So to all our branch leadership and that's our VCs who have worked in the branches, we have identified 7 categories for the awards. So we are going to take a look at category number 1. So for category number 1, I'm going to call the provincial gender convener. I'm also going to call Jacques Adams and Anna-Marie Prince. They will be handing over the awards to the recipients of the awards. So when looking at membership growth awards, we're honoring the outstanding organizing success that is given to the branch who achieve outstanding organizing, and the 2 categories we looked at was the largest growth in the number of members as well as the largest growth percentage of the bargaining unit size. So the branches in these categories are, first up, I actually thought that the DJ would kind of help me, like he helped all the sponsors, you know, with the, yeah. Thank you, DJ Arwops. First up, we have Bella Delft. Can we please put our hands together for Bella Delft? Bella Delft has a 9% increase of 55 members. Ladies and gentlemen, Bella Delft. And the next branch, growth in 243 members in 2019 to 2024. We are calling on Nyanga branch. Another round of applause for Nyanga branch, ladies and gentlemen. Right, next up we have Atlantis branch. They have 10% increase of 63 members for the period under review. Let's put our hands together for Atlantis branch. All the way from the West Coast. Atlantis, please don't leave. You need to get your picture. Right, and we move on over to... We move on over to the next recipient, and that is over in the biggest region in the province, and the branch is Mitchell's Plain branch. They have... So while Mitchell's Plain branch is making their way to receive the award, they have a 19% increase of 151 members for the period under review. A round of applause for Mitchell's Plain branch. Now the next branch receiving the award, I know that they have the beautiful landscapes, and they are over there in the garden route. So let's head over to the garden route and put our hands together for Hermanus branch. So they are just over the mountain, Hermanus branch over there. That's what I'm asking. I think that the next recipient for the award, I know that in it's to just quickly give us if I have to say a hearing, no? Yeah? Okay. One that they continuously correct when it comes to the pronunciation. Tivet, because I'm the only one who continuously speaks of a Tivet. So the West Coast Tivet College, they have the biggest increase, and is also the Tivet College or the Tivet College with vast distances, and we put our hands together for West Coast Tivet College. right, and to end off the category of Membership Growth Awards, we call on Khayelitsha branch. They have 11% increase in 153 members, and that goes to Khayelitsha branch over in coastal region.
I guess our sponsors can see what is happening here. There are budget cuts everywhere. There's no money. I hope our sponsors next time, they'll give monetary motivation to these branches. Thank you very much, comrades. The next move now is the second category. The second category of comrades, can we make sure that you leave the stage as swift and as quickly as possible? We don't have the whole night. The night is no longer young, it's old now. Amanda, I was speaking with the chairperson of Coastal, the regional chair of Coastal. I was telling him that in this phase, we are in charge, and with Nastasia, there's no protest, there's no what. I can see the chairperson of PALC want to come here. You must work hard, Comrade Makram, please. Where is he going now? What's the matter now? Comrade, back to our categories. Nastash. What the presenters?
Most dedicated branch, provincial deputy chairman. He will do that.
Alone.
Yeah, him alone was just one. And then emerging union leadership with the provincial treasurer, Joa and Marshall. There's only just one.
Comrades, can I call Comrade Provincial Deputy Chair, Comrade Neville Jones, to come and do the presentation of the next award? The category, Comrades, category number 2 is given to a dedicated branch for the branch that has demonstrated devotion to union principles and servicing our members, have a regular meetings, always cooperate. Regular meetings, branches must listen to this one. Regular meetings, always cooperate, demonstrate devotion to union principles and servicing our members. And that branch, comrade, is P4 West branch. A round of applause for P4 West comrades. Comrades, moving forward. The next category is the category for emerging union leadership. And on that, we'd like to call upon the provincial treasurer in front of us, Comrade Juwati Mande, the regional secretary of Lydia Simon, and Comrade Marshall Julis, the regional secretary of West Coast. Can you come forward, comrades? Thank you. The branch we are going to award in this category of the emerging union leadership. Are we taking pics for branches or taking pics for leadership here? Comrade Velem, I'm in charge, please, man. Comrades, I want you to listen to this one. The emerging union leadership. And the explanation is like this: looking for that outstanding new leadership leaders in the branch. And we're saying office bearers have ensured the growth of the branch, a mixture of young and experienced leadership, involved and organized union activities, collaborate with other branches for activities. Which branch is that? And that committee giving over to Misha's Plain branch. It is not given to Coastal because I come there, comrades. You can see the mixture of leadership. Young and old, women, male and females, all those categories, comrades, are them fitting Misha's Plain. Generational mix. The next category, comrade number 4, will be the category for union activism. And with that, we want to call the Deputy Provincial Secretary, Comrade Kadum. We call Comcom the Regional Chair of Coastal, Comrade Babeni. And the Regional Secretary of Karoo, Comrade Maurice Spring-Hayes. Can the comrades come in front, comrades? Comrade Maurice, Comrade Babeni, and Comrade Kadum. We're waiting for Babini. Thank you. For union activism, we looked upon the following criteria. This award is awarded to the branch that has demonstrated strong leadership in the area of teacher representation, grassroots membership, involvement in general excellence. Besides the growth, the branch is matching after some lull. And that award is awarded to Kailisha branch. I will hand over to Comrade Nastash for the next category. You are here.
Didn't you already have this one for Beaufort West. Excellence in organizing.
I don't know, but I've done it here, dedicated branch. Maybe something else.
Oh, and so we don't remember. Oh, there's.
Yeah. Average committee.
Oh, okay. Because then the explanation is exactly the same.
Skip it. Skip it. We'll deal with it.
Coastal region, let's just quickly get back to the announcement of the rest of the categories. So for the award in excellence in organizing, so this is the branch who recognizes a team or group for successful organizing campaigns. And this branch we reference for being able to get a full hall for the Don Pasquale Memorial. Now this branch is a very small branch on the outskirts of Cape Town, very far from the city. And oh, okay, no, but I still just want to say it's already been awarded, but they put you twice on the list. So that was Beaufort West, but you guys already received the award. Moving swiftly along, the most organized branch. Now please listen carefully to this. When we speak about organized branch, we refer to the administrative compliance. So that means when Comrade Zuki sends out that message, or Comrade Christine, and it reaches the branch and it gives the deadline, a due date, this branch, they don't miss that due date and deadline. They also do not write for extensions. This branch has a clear recruitment plan, and it's evident because you can see in the results in terms of how the membership has grown. And they are always then able to recruit, and they successfully go out and be observers for the filling of posts and vacancies in their branch. So this award is handed over to Nyanga branch for being the most organized branch. And to hand over the award, it is the provincial chairperson and Comrade Zimbantu Blai. They will be handing over the award. No. Right, we are going to call upon the provincial deputy chairperson once again to hand over the following award. And this award goes to the most dedicated branch. This is the branch who has demonstrated devotion to the union principles and in servicing members. They have regular meetings and they do curate. And this branch is Atlantis branch. Thank you, Atlantis branch. To hand over the next award, we call upon the Provincial Secretary, and joining the Provincial Secretary is Comrade Mcebisi. This award is category number 7. So that brings us to the final award for the branches. And this is the branch who is a branch in good standing. Now this will be an independent branch that is at most complies with the Constitution requirements. So this branch, they meet all their constitutional imperatives. So like the President mentioned this morning or early this afternoon, they have their site steward meetings 4 times a year, etc. So they follow the Constitution and they are good at doing that. So today we honor also this specific branch for the activities that they have had, apart from CPTD and many SACOM activities. This branch is the branch that is a branch in good standing. So ladies and gentlemen, Sai Jandla, na? Sai Jandla. Huh? Oh, Izandla. There we go. Sai Jandla for Rahima Musa. Let's just take one moment and give a round of applause to all the branches who were recipients of awards. So when we look at award ceremonies, there's often that moment when you pause and you just take a look at one specific leader who has served in an organization, or if it is a school. And you pause and you think about this person's dedication and this person's commitment and the wisdom that the person holds and how he has the ability or she has the ability to move a branch or a region, in our case, from an extreme volatile situation, and does this with a wealth of wisdom and so much love and patience. Now, the minute this person or individual called and said, you know what? When I look back, I have done what I needed to do, and it is now time for me to move on. So I had the honor of serving alongside this amazing person, and I today have the honor to salute him and to thank him for his guidance and for his continuous support, not just to me, but to our region and to Sadtu Western Cape as a whole. So I only had the honor of serving alongside him for a few months, but I have grown and developed. And I think when he looks at me tonight, he takes off his hat and he goes, there she is. So I'm going to call upon Jonathan Ruston, who is our previous provincial secretary. And then following him will be the current provincial secretary, Comrade Omam Sibongile Kwazi. And they will elaborate a little bit more about their experiences with this specific individual. Comrades, I am referring to Comrade Noel Isaacs, who is the regional chairperson of Sadtu Coastal Region. Viva Sadtu, viva! Viva Sadtu, viva! Viva Comrade Noel, viva!
Thank you very much. After that great tribute to Comrade Noel, I decided, program directors, that I don't have to say anything anymore. But let me say thank you to the Provincial Executive Committee, the PWC and the Organizing Committee for giving me an opportunity to speak about someone who is known as a comrade not only in the Western Cape but across the country. He is also internationalist because he runs a successful program for our learners in our schools in Florida with a school in the United States. And therefore he has really made a mark in education and in the Union Sadtu. So indeed it's an honor for myself to speak and say a few words about Comrade Noel, who is an educator, an activist, a unionist, a student, and I'll speak about that later on, a father, grandfather, a comrade, and a friend. Now, let's commend Sadtu, who have instituted this wonderful tradition to pay tribute to the work done by a leader in the organization. Because normally, when people die, they speak about you. I'm not sure if you can hear the tributes at that particular time. I hope you can. I don't want to experiment that, but now today at least you are able to hear what we think and what we want to say. So let me start off by saying that Comrade Noel embodies humility. He's a critical thinker, a fighter for justice and equality. Comrade Noel has occupied quite a number of positions in the union. He started off in my era as the treasurer of Sadtu Mitchells Plain branch, many, many moons ago. He ascended to the branch chairperson of Mitchells Plain, and he did excellent work. He worked across the branch and amongst branches in that critical era when we were building Sadtu. But he also built a strategic relationship with the district office, who was flooded by ex-Sadtu leaders. And in Mitchells Plain, if you had a challenge and you wanted it to be resolved, Noel Isaacs was the person to intervene in that matter. Noel Isaacs was then elected as the chairperson of Coastal Region and played a pivotal role in building Coastal Region to where it was at that particular time. Now, I was jealous because I came Kamejua from Lydia Simons, who was formerly known the Inland Region. And we always used to motivate, that you have to work hard and become the biggest regions and overtake Coastal, even if I was biased because I was in the provincial office at that time. But Noel had a unique style of not only doing well in the branch, but empowering others around him. And in that way, second-tier leadership was developed, and when Noel left the branch, the leadership of Mitchells Plain could take over smoothly, with the support and the mentorship of him. Well, after a short gap of leadership in the region, he was the regional chairperson. And then he decided, okay, Southern Suburbs needs me. And he became the chairperson of Southern Suburbs branch. Now, the tradition in Sadtu is that once you've become a regional leader, your next step is to become a provincial leader. You don't go back to the branch again. But through Noel's character and the fact that he knew he could play a pivotal role, he knew he could contribute to build Southern Suburbs, which was a geographically big area with a lot of schools and a lot of difficulties. Noel took up the challenge of the chairperson in Southern Suburbs. Now we know that Coastal had gone through a challenge period. Okay? And we know, as the secretary is saying, turbulence. And as the former provincial secretary, I will say a tsunami. And it's not that tsunami. We had that tsunami also, We had that tsunami that time, and then we had a mini tornado in the province. After that stint and the disjuncture in Coastal Region, Noel Isaacs ascended as the chairperson of Coastal Region. And but we must say, under his leadership, he was able to bring stability to that region who was super divided across a lot of issues. And it wasn't about Sadtu principles. It was something else that till today we're trying to figure out what was the real reason for that? One thing that we all know, that Comrade Noel is a servant leader and does not hesitate to serve on a structure when he's needed. At that particular time when Coastal was going through some difficulties, he was approached by the leaders and say, we think that this is the time that you have to make yourself available so that we bring stability. And under Noel's leadership, together with the other office bearers in the region, you achieved that goal. And tonight it is significant. If you look at the awards that has been issued tonight, that the number of Coastal's branches receive the prestigious awards and it can be attributed to Noel Isaacs. There was a time in the Education's Labour Relations Council in the province, the PLRC, that we needed a chairperson. And lo and behold, we didn't know that we were going to create what Maurice and others called some Mugabe in the position. So the Provincial Executive Committee decided that the ideal person to lead the PLRC is Comrade Noel Isaacs. And we approached Comrade Noel Isaacs to lead the chamber. I'm not going to give his age away so well, but it's in the 90s. So he's the longest serving chairperson in the country of the Provincial Education Labour Relations Council. But let me tell you, he has and he's still the chairperson. He has and is doing a sterling job, well respected by the employer and all teacher unions. But let me tell you about this first meeting. So in that first meeting, that is chairing as the chief negotiator, the new chairman has the audacity to call the chief negotiator of Sadtu out of order. And that was now me, the provincial secretary. And I was shocked that one of ours, that we just nominated now, is calling his own union out of order when we raised the point. And he did it without any fear or contradiction. And I think that set the atmosphere that Comrade Noel was an independent chairperson of the council, and he would actually rectify any party, whether it's the employer, his own union, or CTU, ATU, if they were not following the constitution. I did feel offended in that meeting, and I tried to bash the chairperson later on in the meeting on another point, and we made friends afterwards again. Now, he's the only chairperson in the council who has served multiple terms. There are many occasions where other parties have fielded candidates against Comrade Noel. Okay, we won't mention names, but there were many occasions where they fielded. But let me say that Comrade Noel has always had the support of his own union, Sadtu, and he has had the support of the employer, the WCD, and you must have the support of those two parties to become elected, and therefore all the other attempts by the other unions failed dismally because of that support. Now that he's going into retirement, and I'm not sure why he's retiring so early. I asked him earlier, what's wrong with you? Why are you retiring so early? I was reminded that the council does allow independent chairs. No, you spoke in my speech. I'll give my speech to you later on. So therefore, I want to give something to Sadtu. The provincial secretary is over there. I see through the light. There's something you can ponder on, whether we want to keep the chairperson active, because there's nothing wrong with his brain, active if we want him as the independent chair. Something to ponder on, PEC. Comrade Noel is also a soccer fanatic and plays a strategic role in SAFA and especially Greenfields Athletic Football Club. So Greenfield AFS, Sadtu PLRC, and Floriat Primary are his passions. Because if you look at the Facebook page of Floriat Primary, you see the splendid work that the leadership team under Comrade Noel's leadership is doing at the school. So therefore, this last 6 months, I hope he is going to build a capacity at the institution, but he must also not govern from the grave, but he also must be on a phone call away for mentoring and coaching at the school. Let me speak to Comrade Noel as a student. So Comrade Noel is a master student, and I believe he's on his last chapter. He's going to finish now, okay? And he's researching the contribution of Sadtu in education, and I know he was looking at the history of Sadtu. So therefore, once that master's thesis is marked and approved, we are going to be very interested, Comrade Noel, to look at your critical thoughts about the mighty Union Sadtu. So therefore, in my speech, I'm saying I was not going to ask about the progress and when is the august occasion, but now we did hear that he's on chapter 6 and that is nearly done. So we're going to give him encouragement to say that we want it before the end of the year. Now, Comrade Noel, as you're going into your retirement, do not stop supporting your union as a mentor. Because the union has invested a lot of skills in you, so therefore the union, I know, is going to call on you to plow back and to mentor young leaders so that we have more Noel Isaacs going around. Last but not least, I want to say, on behalf of all of us, we want to thank you for your service to your community, whether it's in the sports, politically, the trade union, the community of Floriat and others. And we know that in your retirement, you're going to find something creative and innovative to keep yourself busy. And I hope that the Teachers Union is going to be part of that mission in the future. Amandla, thank you, Noel.
I'll just say 2 words. Thank you, comrades. A comrade, Noel, as the current PS of Southwestern Cape, I also had the pleasure of working with you. You know, coming from a very small region, that is South Coast, to my first PEC meeting with these big regions, that was then inland and coastal region. You could see that we were not on the same footing, but those are the comrades who never looked down on us. They respected our input, little though it may have seemed. And one of the attributes that I like from a comrade Noel is humility, as comrade Jonovan has said. Those people who has done it sometimes do not give a chance to those who are still aspiring. He never shut us down and said, I was there, it can't be done that way. But he gave us a chance. So, Comrade Noel, Earlier on in the day, I said that one of the red flags in the union is the recycling of leadership. But like Julius Malema, I'm going to flip-flop now. Comrades, when there is a need, sometimes you come back from retirement when there is a job that needs to be done. Most of the older comrades who were there at the formation of Sadtu, when they see the status of some of the branches, they feel that they cannot let Sadtu down, which means that although they may say they are giving over the reins to others, they may feel that sometimes we need to just lend a helping hand so that this giant union doesn't fall down. So, Comrade Noel, when you left the region, went back to build your branch, and when there was a need again in the region, you rose to the occasion. And as Comrade Jonathan has indicated, you did it very well. We are very proud of Coastal Region today because Coastal Region is the united region that it was before. And we believe that it will grow from strength to strength. And comrades, when Comrade Noel came to me and told me that, Comrade Swash, I will be resigning as the chairperson of Coastal Region and the chairperson of the Provincial Education Labor Relations Council, I asked, but why? I didn't expect it. But the reasons that he put forward satisfied me, because he said he wants to concentrate on his school in his last 6 months. But what I told him is that I won't allow you to resign as the chairperson of the Provincial Education Labor Relations Council, because as Comrade Jonathan has indicated, you don't have to hold a position in Sadtu in order to chair that council. He keeps us in order, comrades, because sometimes we can be so argumentative. Anybody who knows my fellow full-time shop stewards will tell you that he has to calm us down and say, you had your chance in the task teams. The chamber meeting is not the platform to rehash issues that have been dealt with. So, Comrade Noel, you will continue leading us into the PLRC, although, comrades, we've been saying this for quite some time, that we need to build another leader who will be able to take over. But unfortunately, we haven't successfully done so. So we have a task because we must be forward-looking. I won't say, comrade, you have left a vacuum in the PEC of Sadtu because the leaders are still there. But we acknowledge the role that you have played in the Provincial Executive Committee of Sadtu. And I think that with your quiet wisdom, this is a guy who never speaks loud. He forces you to listen. Those people who make noise, if you want to hear him, you must keep quiet. With us, comrade, we still live with your quiet wisdom. And we know that we can look upon you whenever there is a need. And we want you to promise that you will always be there for us when we need you. We won't abuse you. With those words, comrades, we are very thankful for the role you have played within Southwestern Cape. And we will forever know that you are one of the giants in this province. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we please rise as we welcome to the stage? I wanted to say Honorable Noel Isaacs. Comrade Noel Isaacs.
Order, coastal order.
Yes, thank you.
Comrades, I did not know that I would ever have the opportunity to take a platform in Sadtu, but thank you very much for the opportunity. Like Sibung Gili said, I speak quietly even into a mic. I like to seduce the audience. Yeah. Intellectually, I meant, eh? Yeah. Viva Mitchell's Plain, viva!
Viva!
Viva Southern Suburbs, viva!
Viva!
Now, comrades, I can't viva 37 branches. So those were my 2 branches, that's why they got their special vivas from me. But viva Boland region, viva!
Viva!
Viva West Coast, viva!
Viva!
Viva Boland, viva!
Viva!
Viva South Coast, viva!
Viva!
Viva Karoo, viva!
Viva!
Did I cover everybody? Oh, last but not least, the man with the striped jacket. Viva Lydia Simons. Yeah, yeah, comrades, thank you very much for inviting me. I thought I was just coming here to have supper. I thought, okay, I'd come earlier and be part of the discussions, and I thought, but I wouldn't be able to put up my hand to talk, so yeah, I can't just observe. But yeah, thanks for all those kind words that were said. But just remember, I was always in the union to serve. If you serve, you don't expect rewards nor awards, because you do it for the passion and for the love. And we are here to service the members. But I have met wonderful people in Sadtu. Besides the crew here who've been coming on for years, like the Vasigas and the Jonovans and the Ingrids, and I'm keeping a last, you coming last, and others, and Kenneth, and Jacques, and Maurice, and the late Don Pasquale, and Sibungili, the late Don, as I said, Basil Sneyer, Maliviwe Lumka, Sabelo Mali, Kamana. I mean, those were organic intellectuals. I could sit, not forgetting the most, this guy, if he started to articulate, you would salivate, and that is the guy who was born on the same day as I, and that is Voti Sadtu. Nobody could articulate like that guy. He could articulate. And Mkabis, and the reason why I said I'm going to mention Mkabis last, because we came into the coastal region REC at the same time. Mkabis, he's still here, yes. Mkabis was the secretary of Kayalicha. He was serving with CD, Emerose Khala, Brian PK, and I was serving in Mitchell's Plain with Daryl Manus, the renegade himself, Heidi Manus, Craig Poyo. And Mitchell's Plain at the time Shannon had 1,000 and odd members, and the Sadtu, Mitchell's Plain, and Sadtu Khayelitsha were known as the super branches, Jonathan, remember? Because at the time, Shannon, even if you were not on stop order and your membership form was in, you were counted as a member at that time. So Mitchell's Plain and Khayelitsha had this beautiful relationship, and we would meet in the mall, in the Westgate Mall, and we said that we must be the model for creating that inclusive society in the Western Cape. That was the talk at the time. And Imkabis is still here, and we still, and Imkabis, that inclusive society must start in Sadtu. Because if we cannot build an inclusive society amongst ourselves, the rest of society doesn't have any hope. It must start with us in education. and the former chairperson of Coastal Region, Lumka, he always said, Sadtu is the only university where they don't charge fees. Oh, yeah. What he meant was, you learn so much, you get developed so much. And I can say my leadership and management orientation, thinking, style was largely shaped and informed by this very Sadtu over 3 decades. Because we always use the term a Sadtu principle. I'm still trying to figure out what does that mean. Because if you look at how some of our principles operate, they do not do so within the value system and the principles and the policies of Sadtu. So one thing I always emphasize in the ELRC Western Cape meetings is second-tier leadership. Now, like Jonathan said, I always remind people in the PLRC, as we call it, I'm not neutral because I belong to one of the parties, but I am impartial. And there were times when Sadtu, you know, if you make them angry, they rattle you. But they know I stand my ground. Yeah. But they tried to rattle me a few times. But I have got Grace next to me, also a former Sadtu member. Because, yes, I see names when I was in the region still. I see names of younger leaders being nominated for task teams, but I don't physically see them, or they don't feature in reports. So, obviously, the main representatives in the chamber are the FTSs and the secretariat. But in the task teams, we need to see those young, emerging leaders. We need to see them there because, for argument's sake, safety task team. In Khayelitsha, in Kabuletu, in Hanover Park, gangsters are coming onto the grounds and robbing teachers. But those things never feature in the reports. We're always talking about fences, but safety has taken on a new dimension. Because Mornay of SAOE, he always makes the point, it shouldn't be the safety task team, it should be violence at schools task team. To highlight the fact that there's so much violence that is not addressed in the chamber. So Sadtu, let us see those leaders, those young leaders, let us hear their voices, let us see their vibrancy in those task teams. So colleagues, I must obviously say something about the government of national unity. So the question is, does that now mean that Sadtu is going to merge with Naptosa? Yeah. But obviously many of us are still grappling with that reality. It is a reality, and I'm sure Sadtu is going to bring out some statement. But the members out there, the Sadtu members, you know, as we always say, the owners of the organization, they would like to see Sadtu being more autonomous in terms of the views that we as a union hold. Because sometimes Sadtu's views gets diluted in a COSATU paper or statement. And our members want to hear us, because now that the DA is now in the GNU, does that mean that systemic is now going to be written in all provinces for argument's sake? But I would like, and that is what our members want, you know, they want to hear our union. We don't belong to COSATU. Yes, by association, we belong to COSATU, but we are first and foremost Sadtu members. And Fasiga, we want to hear our own union express our views on these issues. And then Circular 34 is still haunting us. In fact, I was in a meeting with the employer now the other day, representing Retreat Steenberg Lavendale Governing Body Association. And I asked Mr. Holtes, post-provisioning is coming up, MTEF. How is this cost containment measures going to play itself out in terms of staff establishments? And he said, Mr. Isaacs, you're being naughty. We're not going to deal with that now. But we expect something to happen. So, Provincial Secretary, we need to prepare ourselves for that eventuality. But we must hear what our members say on issues. Our members, I don't know if the PEC is aware, but our members, many of them are not happy with the way the union has dealt with Circular 34. Some of them who applied for conversion in November have still not been converted, and some of them have still not been paid. So I think we have our work cut out as a union in terms of MTEF Sibongile. I think this MTEF this year is going to be quite a hectic process. But comrades, Sadtu has enriched my life, my professional life. Its contribution towards my development is indelible. I can't thank Sadtu enough for how it has, because you see, that is an automatic process. Just be involved, help, and automatically you develop as a person and as a leader. It's just an automatic process. And to comrades who are going to the Congress in September, you know, part of the development is you sit through those 4 days without going out and staying out of that session for an hour or two. Yes, we must take our smoke breaks, Jonathan. Yes. But part of the discipline of a comrade is when you go to those congresses, you must sit through, because you are just going to learn. When you go to a PGC, you can't be in your hotel room for the 2 days your branch is paying for you to be here. But it's when the meeting is in session where you learn so much. Jonathan and Fasiga and Ingrid and Mkabis, Natasha, they were not born with the knowledge they now have. It's because they were always disciplined and they sat through this. Sometimes it's painful, but you sit, and that is how you're going to learn. So my advice to those who just entered into the branch as PEC members, you must sit through those sessions, because that is where you learn. But comrades, thank you very much for this gesture. I am still alive, as they say, so I could hear what people think about me. But as I just want to conclude by saying again, it was always, always my privilege and my honor to serve Sadtu. But I want to conclude by saying, thank you, Coastal. I want to conclude by saying, Tulas, who was the General Secretary of Sadtu, years ago at the National Congress, that's why I don't need notes when I say this, he said, the decisions and our actions must strengthen and sustain the union. I'm going to repeat. Tula said years ago at the National Congress, the decisions we take and our actions must strengthen and sustain the union. So whatever decisions you're going to take tomorrow, always bear that in mind. It must strengthen and sustain the union. So on that note, comrades, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you very much. Yeah, sure. Comrades, what we're going to do now, we're going to hand over to Comrade Noel. The gift from Sadtu. You have heard, Comrade, that Noel said that I'm the elder now. Yeah. Then, therefore, my gift will be bigger than that one. Comrades, on a serious note, we are about to close or adjourn the session, and we'd love the whole PwC and maybe the Vice President as well as Comrade Jonavan to come in front and be part of that photo shoot. And be part of that photo shoot to honoring Comrade Noel. Comrade Jonavan, PwC, can you come in front, please? Just for the photo. Okay. We're going to go down quickly.
Right, comrades, we have reached the end of the program. We call upon Comrade Ingrid Lucas as she comes to do the vote of thanks.
Comrades, I won't be long. Mine is just to do the official thanks. We've come to the end of a formal evening, and this would not have been possible without the decision-making of the PEC to have this night. And so, on behalf of this PEC, the Provincial Executive Committee, we would like to say thank you to all the delegates to council, or the councillors to council. We want to say thank you for coming. I want to say to you that your chairperson of the province has put the provincial secretary under a lot of pressure. She's become a professional. I don't know if it's a beggar or whether it's another word, but she's done a great job to ensure that each of you would be able to celebrate in your regions tonight. Comrades, it's called discussion documents. It's liquid, it evaporates. However, we ask that you be on time tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. That's an instruction from the chairperson, okay? So whether you are outside having that liquid refreshments, you're not brushing your teeth, but you will be seated at 8:30 tomorrow morning. Comrades, tonight would not have been possible. And we want to say thank you, comrades. Comrade Aiden, as jy in my klas in was, het jy nou 'n pak gekry. Okay? So comrades, oh, I could be in trouble for that. Eh? Comrades, we want to say thank you to Comrade Mark. He is a principal at one of our schools, but when we call on him and we ask him, Mark, we need music, Mark, we need this, it's always an emergency, and he always assists. So Mark, thank you for always taking us out of our ICU moments. They are asking if he's applied for RWAPs. We will have to check that on Tuesday when we get back to work. Then, comrades, I want to thank Comrade Jonathan and Comrade Fasiga for joining us. You have a long history with Comrade Noel and the province, Jackie. You're going to private conversation with Noel besides, honey. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Apology accepted, and I apologize to you. Okay? All right. Thank you, Jacques. We want to say thank you for taking time out to be here tonight. We do appreciate it. And then to our staff, comrades, this 2 days would not be possible without them. They have worked under tremendous pressure this past week, and they've put us under tremendous pressure to buy food. We will make it public knowledge. But we want to say thank you for being the invisible glue that keeps us together, for making things happen for us. To the staff of Sadtu Western Cape, you are appreciated for everything that you do for us. Then, comrades, to our service providers. Mr. Armin Stemmet has joined Old Mutual. He has left. But Lucian, thank you for the leadership. Thank you for sometimes being so tight. But we move you, and then you open that purse. But thank you very, very much for always availing yourself, the teams, and also opening the purse from time to time to assist us. So, comrades, the branches that received awards tonight, they will all be getting branch banners that is personalized in their names, and it's sponsored by Old Mutual. So it will be delivered to the branch as soon as it's ready. Thank you, Old Mutual. Then, comrades, Metropolitan has been the biggest donor to this Provincial General Council, to the tune of over 400,000. And we want to say thank you very, very much. Sanlam has sponsored some paraphernalia that you received today. LegalWise has gone, a new partner that has come on board and put their money where their mouth is without us giving them any business yet. We want to thank them in absentia, they're not here. And then we also want to thank Nomatemba. Oh, it's legal. Oh, sorry. I thought you had gone. Sorry, my apologies. Thank you very, very much. You have taken a risk, but we appreciate the fact that you've decided to go with Sadtu and invest with us. So those beautiful bags is from the compliments from LegalWise. Then, comrades, Nomatemba, you didn't give us a prize tonight. She normally gives us big prizes when we have these dinners. P.S. we didn't push her hard enough, eh? But we want to, tomorrow, thank you. Can you see? With her, you get the magic happens with her. Nomatemba and the team, thank you. You've been instrumental in our recruitment drive in the province and going into structures so that we are able to recruit. Thank you for the paraphernalia. Thank you for the team that you send. And then always thank you for your openness to receive us and to open your purse and give to us. It is appreciated. Thank you so much. Eh? Then, comrades, we've got another new kid on the block in terms of a partner. So the box that Mr. Noel Isaacs received tonight was sponsored by Fairburn 360 Consult and Fairburn 360 Consult. Am I correct? 360 Financial Planning. And the young man over there is Dalton Lekay. And no, that box was then sponsored by the company, which will soon be a new partner. But the company has also contributed to our liquid refreshments tonight. So comrades, let's give a round of applause to all our sponsors tonight. And then to you, the councillors of this Provincial General Council, thank you very much for your commitment, your dedication, and then just your tolerance for the night. We hope that you'll have some time to dance, and then you will get your liquid refreshments. You must ask the chair how it's going to unfold. I have no clue, but he has made sure through the Provincial Secretary that we do that. Comrades, please be responsible. There are other people in the hotel. Be safe from floor to floor, wherever you are going. Please don't drink and walk. Stay where you are, and we'll see you in this venue tomorrow morning. Thank you very, very much, comrades. Amandla.
Comrades, we only have 30 minutes in the whole